Connected to the main panel, we will find a thick copper wire which leads out to a ground rod. The ground rod is buried into the ground outside near the property. This rod is not used for ground faults. Its purpose is to dissipate static electricity and external high voltages like lightning strikes. There is also a ground rod connected to the neutral at the transformer. Many people think that during a ground fault, electricity flows through their ground rod and into the earth. But remember, electricity tries to get back to its source. It doesn't just go into the earth. And as there is a ground rod at the transformer, then there is a potential path for the electricity to get back to the source. But this path will have a very high resistance or impedance. And as we know, electricity will take preference over the path with the least resistance. So as we already have a very low resistance ground wire, which provides a path directly back to the source, the ground fault is going to take this route instead. When it comes to lightning, the source of lightning is essentially the earth. So lightning is always trying to get back to its source, which is the earth. If lightning strikes the utility cables, it will flow along the wires to get to the ground rods of both the transformer and also your main panel. And it's going to do this to try and get back into the earth. If it wasn't for this, then it's going to blow all our circuits and it's going to cause house fires. Now, if the hot wire came into direct contact with the ground rod, then electricity will flow through the soil back to the transformer, but the resistance is very high, so the current will be low. This means the circuit breaker will not likely detect the fault and the circuit breaker will not automatically flip to cut the power. Okay guys, that's it for this video, but to continue your learning, then click on one of the videos on screen now and I'll catch you there for the next lesson. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as theengineeringmindset.com.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from group 5.
We want to explain about the grounding system.
Voltage transformers or poles. Excuse me, sir. I have an assignment from the lecturer. Which is about the grounding system. May I know what is the grounding system?
So before we get to know the grounding system, we must know what it means, its function, how to install it, and the proper placement procedure.
Now, for the understanding of the grounding system, it is the installation of electrical cable that use a grounding system to avoid the dangers of high voltage, short circuit, and lightning.
What about the function of the grounding system, mister?
So for this grounding system, it had three functions. Normally, first, grounding function for safety. 2. As lightning protection. 3. For protection of electronic goods. Yes.
After that, how about the installation method for this grounding system, mister?
So, there are 5 ways to install it, namely 1. Grounding, 2. Grounding material selection, 3. Planting grounding rock or stick rock, 4. Grounding of wires, 5. Grounding cable.
So, from your explanation about how to install grounding, do you have certain rules for installing grounding?
So this is how it is. For the installation rules, we have a rules for the depth of the soil, which is from 2 until 5 meters. That's already in accordance with the existing procedure.
So, from what we explained earlier, do you understand the grounding system? before you will explain to the lecture.
Oh, for the explanation from the brothers here, it is very easy for me to understand your explanation about the grounding system. So, I am very grateful to you for the explanation. Thank you. Thank you for watching and attention. I'm Muhammad Ribhuttajar.
I am Yoga Pratama.
I am Reyhand Rahman.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tidak. Excuse.
Dan namun first grounding. Ulang bang. I am Yoga Pratama.
I am Reyhand Rahman. Thank you.
Wassalamualaikum.